Enerplus, as we know, was a very successful company, continues to be a successful, thriving company. And she rose to the position of Senior Vice President of Corporate Services. And at that time, she was one of the few women to make it to the C-suite.
I just had 12 amazing years at Enerplus, and I really had the opportunity to, it was way too young to retire, so I graduated, and decided that I was going to use that as an opportunity to get into board work and doing more work in the community.
And she was already involved in a number of not-for-profit initiatives and board work. But with this newfound freedom, and it was about the time our kids were both going off to university, she really put her efforts into helping others.
I have a very strong passion for cancer because unfortunately my mother succumbed to the disease at a very early age, and I was just determined that the current Tom Baker Cancer Center, the way that it was so under-resourced, it was just going to be an absolute focus of those years that I had focused on community. And so I was on the board of Alberta Cancer Foundation. I was the chair of the Weekend and Women's Cancers. And then John Osler and I really fought for a new cancer center here in Calgary, which I am so happy to say is being built as we speak. Also just wanted to be part of, the community and kind of helping improve our community, because when a community is great, it's great for everyone. And so joined the United Way Calgary board and was chair of the United Way of Calgary for a year. And then I moved to chair the United Way World Leadership Council. And so, United Way is really important to me because, again, it focuses on financial empowerment through education. It focuses on root causes of issues. And I just really think that it's important that rather that we help solve the problems versus just continuing to give money towards things that ultimately don't solve the underlying issue. And United Way really, really works hard to do that. And then I had a chance to go on a couple of crowns. So I was board chair for SAIT for a few years. And so SAIT is a polytechnic here in Calgary. And then I had the opportunity to go on Export Development Canada board. And so I'd experienced a provincial crown, and now I wanted to kind of see what the federal crown board was like.
So Heather was very active from the start. When she started in 2016, she helped EDC, as well as in 2018, when we announced additional financing for companies in the energy sector that were experiencing difficulty in accessing capital. More recently, she really helped EDC and the board launch dedicated support to the sector to help companies manage through COVID. Her experience on the board has been invaluable, both from an IT, from an HR perspective, also from a governance perspective. She has 25 plus years of corporate experience. She brings a lens of good governance. She was acting chair in her position also now in the past 4 years as vice chair, as well as chair of the HR committee. She's bringing aboard some amazing experience from the industry, which we really, really value both at the board and at EDC overall.
And so ultimately, these not-for-profits and the crowns that I was on, et cetera, kind of led me to, wow, I really want to, it's time to be on a for-profit. I'd had a few opportunities along the way, which I just didn't feel were the right fit until Grant Fagerheim came along and offered the Whitecap opportunity, and so I've been on that board for a few years now.
When we were looking at women with experience at Whitecap that had business experience in the energy sector, but also brought more board direction, association, we wanted her to participate, be able to debate, and focus on our technical defensibility of our plan going forward, which she is certainly more than willing at times to enter into discussions and debate on the direction that we're taking the organization, but always in a healthy and constructive manner when we close out the conversation.
I was really kind of dismayed, honestly, to see the low female to male ratios on boards. And it was very frustrating to me because I've never, ever had a problem feeling part of a team or being able to offer my advice and counsel and governance thoughts. And so I know that there's many, many women out there with the skill set to do that. And so because I was so frustrated, Linda Hohall and myself and Jennifer Corey started Board Ready Women.
Board Ready Women is consisted of three big things. The first big thing is to find the women in Calgary that are board ready and get them into our database. Heather and I have a bit of a template we use from good governance practices around what does board ready mean. So find the women, get them into our database. We then formed partnerships with executive search firms and other organizations to come to us when they have board positions open. We ask for a spec from them, position description, and we go through our filters in our database, and then we provide them with names of the women in our database that are qualified to be on boards, on their board in particular, relative to the criteria that they've given us. 3, we also network with other partners or alliances, whether it's in Calgary or across Canada, that are interested in the same kind of thing that we are, which is getting more women on boards. And in doing so, what we do is we provide regular networking events with our membership that try and keep their skills current on current topics that are facing boards.
We need women in decision-making roles to be able to start to fill the pipeline from early career all the way through to board ready women. And the only way to do that is to make sure that we have that pipeline. And so what we noticed were there were a lot of women's organizations in Calgary focused on helping women with their careers, but there was really no hub to connect all of these ideas and all of these organizations together.
Yeah, so we started Access Connects because we realized that there was a lot of organizations that were championing women that needed to have a hub or a way to organize in order to deliver the most or the best return for women and diverse professionals. And so Access is a hub that brings all of those organizations, over 100 of them in Calgary, together, and then also adds things like career development, networking opportunities, and a huge awards event every year to champion Calgary's strongest female and one male champion leader. And so Access is really pulling from a lot of different networks and corporate sponsors to create this vision of Calgary being a place that really does champion diverse leadership. And Access is the backbone for that.
On behalf of EDC, on behalf of the EDC board, on behalf of myself, I just want to congratulate you. It's absolutely so well deserving to get this award at the Women's Energy Council Executive of the Year. And for me, I look forward to a growing friendship, and I congratulate you. And most of all, we thank you for everything that you've done for us, EDC, the board, and myself personally. Congratulations, Heather.
Heather, congratulations on this monumental award. You're so deserving of it. Because I work with you in Access, I hear all the time through so many people in our community how important, how inspiring, how successful of a career you've had. So I feel like this is an award that you live in your life all the time, but really excited to champion you tonight, and absolutely well-deserving winner. You've had an amazing career. You should be so proud of what you've accomplished and what you've done for the city, for women, and you're absolutely a mentor and someone who inspires me. So congratulations. Cheers to you.
I want to send a huge thank you out to the Energy Council and the Women's Energy Council for choosing me as the recipient of the Executive of the Year Award. I'm absolutely humbled and honored to have been selected by my peers. And so thanks so much for recognizing the diversity and the women's contribution that can be made by women. So I just really appreciate the Energy Council recognizing that. I want to also thank my family through thick and thin, because when you have a career like I've had, it means that everybody has to have a little bit of patience and a little bit of understanding when things don't always go as planned. So my family has been extremely important to that support. Thanks, Mike, Lindsay, and Sean. Really appreciate that. Of course, my friends and colleagues, just there no matter what. And again, just a huge shout out to you and to all of my fellow co-workers over the years that I've worked with. But I just really believe that we can all make a difference in our community and businesses. And if we continue to work together and put our shoulder into what we believe and the outcomes that we want to achieve, that anything is possible, because we have great challenges and great opportunities right now. And I just know together we can move the needle in anything we put our minds to. And so I just thank you all for, again, the award, the recognition. I really appreciate it, but thank you all to helping make this happen, because I couldn't have done it without all of you. So thank you.